They're going to apparently be here to repair blacktop potholes today.
Cool.
Which Greg filled in with gravel on a couple of them yesterday because I was being ambitious and I didn't know they were coming, so hopefully I didn't make them too much more work by doing that. Oh well. I don't know if that's gonna mean that like any of us have to move our cars or anything like that. We'll just play it by ear and see. This thing's going at about 2:15. Needs to be wiped down a little bit better before that time. That's all we have on the schedule today. We have one more on Saturday scheduled at this point. That's that little 250 Honda 4-wheeler. So, just a, busy week coming up, hopefully. No birthdays this week. Anniversaries. Chris Ertl on July 11th is 14 years with the company. Kate, the other Kate at the other store, is 4 years on the 8th. And Nate, also at the Marine store, is also 4 years on July 13th. So that's pretty straightforward stuff. Admin notes, service department, especially Caleb and Ryan, I want you guys to focus on trade-ins this week. We need to get those things on the showroom floor instead of letting them stay. There's some UTVs out there, there's a couple more bikes yet. Trailers, we gotta just check the trailers, check the wheel bearings, check the lights, make sure they look serviceable. So we gotta get through that stuff. That's my own request. Culture card this week, treat all people like you wanna be treated. Pretty straightforward stuff. We kinda inadvertently failed at that on Friday, or actually Thursday. The Burry family called in mid-morning with issues with their bimini on their new pontoon. We didn't ignore it. The note got to me, and then I went to the doctor. And when I came back from the doctor, these people were like upset about it. Fortunately, I was able to go out there. It was user error. It was something simple to fix. We got them handled, and they're happy now. Especially when we get somebody who just bought something and is having a problem, especially then, those are the times that we need to make sure that we're taking it, seriously, and as if it's a deal breaker, whatever we want to call it. We want to make sure that those people really get that instant support after purchase if they need it. In this case, yeah, that meant me getting in the car. That was okay. Good morning, Nick.
Good afternoon.
Reviews, Dan Obarski, that was our Defender Lone Star, I believe. He left us a 5-star without comments, so, which is great. 5 stars is 5 stars. And I still don't think we figured out who this Uniel Martinez person is, but they left us a 5-star as well with no comments. So, there's that. Extra Gear Award. Chris nominated me, I don't know which Chris, for going and taking care of that pontoon. It's little things that make a huge difference. Thank you. And I nominated Mr. Kolbeck. That was our only other nomination. For taking the time on the 4th to smoke up all that food for Saturday. I think we all agree that was pretty great lunch. So we're gonna give the Extra Gear Award to Chris Kolbeck today. So, yeah. Anything else to add from anybody?
Still a ton in there to eat it.
What's that?
There's still a ton in
There's
there to eat it.
a ton in there yet, yeah. We're gonna be eating on that for a couple of days. Ryan Miller's boat. It's a little tiller that's in there. Jeremy's working on that, so we'll work on getting him delivered hopefully tomorrow, maybe Thursday, but I know he was in over the weekend asking about it. So we wanna make sure everything goes correct with that. Caesar, I don't know. Mr. Cruz was thrilled to get his bike in his driveway on Saturday afternoon. Fortunately, that went along without incident. He and I were able to wheel it down the ramp, and I survived a trip down the ramp without jacking my foot. Molitor's on this, does that deal need to get changed to her name or is it already?
I put it in her name this morning.
Okay, great. That's about all I have. Lot of leads and contact forms over the weekend that I'll run through and print out, make sure they get into the right hands. Like I said, hopefully Blacktop guys here soon patching things up. We're gonna have Will rearranging in the yard some this week, just some of the stuff that I saw yesterday when I was here. We need to get all these ridges off the edge over here. We need to get some of the UTVs reset so that they're more appropriate, and then we can get to working through those and get them on the floor as well, so. Alright, that's all I have, let's rock and roll.